Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to do our chapter review test for chapter 13. So we're getting ready to take our chapter 13 test. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to get out your workbook pages, which you're going to need page 87 and also page 88 in your workbook. Now we're going to go through the test or the review together. You're also going to want to make sure you have a place value chart handy. I know I sent one of those home for you, and also your 120 chart. Okay, so make sure you get those tools out as well. We'll begin with the activity over here, which is all about vocabulary. We're going to be using our word bank to fill in these sentences so that they're true statements. So let's find out what our words are. Regroup, counting on, count back, place value chart. So let's see. Number one, you from the greater number when you subtract. You from the greater number when you subtract. Do you regroup from the greater number when you subtract? You counting on from the greater number when you subtract? You count back from the greater number when you subtract? You place value chart. Which one makes sense? That's right, you count back. So I like to circle what I'm writing so that I don't write something incorrectly. And once I've written it, I go back and I cross it out. Number two, you 13 ones into 1 10 and 3 ones. What do we call that when you change 13 ones into 1 10 and 3 ones? You regroup, you counting on, you place value chart. That's right, regroup. You can regroup 13 ones into 1 10 and 3 ones. And I'm going to cross it out because I wrote it. Number three, you can add two numbers using the method. Which one of these is a method? Counting on method, place value chart. You can add two numbers using the method. That's right, the counting on method. That's the method. If you don't have enough room, you can just write it in the space above too. Now, if we've done this correctly, place value chart should make sense in our last sentence. A can be used to add two numbers. A place value chart can be used to add two numbers. Yep, that's true. In fact, we'll be doing that today. All right, let's jump down to our concepts and skills. We're either going to add or subtract. So when I go and look at a problem, I always like to pay close attention to the operation. Am I adding or am I subtracting? So when I look at the problem, I like to circle it. Oh yeah, this is an add. Now I think about the methods we've learned. I'm adding 7. So when I think about that, I think that's probably best done using the counting on method. So I'm going to use my handy dandy chart, and we're counting on. So we're starting at 32, and we're counting on, we're adding 7. So I've got my 32, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What did I land on? 39. So 32 plus 7 equals 39. All right, let's jump over to the next problem. This is also an addition problem. 18 plus 19. Now, 19 is kind of a lot to count by adding on. So I'm going to use my 10s and 1s and my place value chart. Now, you might want to use your digital manipulatives. So the problem is 18 plus 19. So I like to write my problem here. 18 plus 19. Notice how I split it so that I have my 10s over here and my 1s over there. Makes it easier. And then I'm going to model my two numbers. 18. So I've got 1 10 and I need 8 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I need to model 19. So I've got 1 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now when I look at that, that looks like more than 10. So I'm going to see if I can make a 10. So I have 8, 9, 10. Yes, indeed, I have enough for 10. So I'm going to take that 10 and I'm going to regroup and I'm going to trade it for a 10. Now when I do that, I'm going to make sure I show it in my algorithm. I'm going to add it in that magic box. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to count my ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 ones. And then I'm going to count my tens. 1, 2, 3. 3 tens. So 18 plus 19 equals 37. I'm going to go back to my paper and I'm going to write that down. 37. Now the next problem says 27 minus 3. So that's going to be one where I take away. Again, taking away 3 isn't very much, so I'm going to use my counting back method on my 120 chart. So it's 27 minus 3. So when you're taking away, you're counting backwards. So we go 1, 2, 3. What did I land on? 24. That's right. So I'm going to go back to my paper and I'm going to write 24. 27 minus 3 equals 24. Now my next problem says 36 minus 18. So I'm going to circle that minus so I don't forget I'm taking away. And that's a lot to count back. So I'm going to use my place value chart. Again, you can use virtual manipulatives. So I'm going to do 36. I'm going to write the problem 36 minus 18. Now, if you remember with the subtraction, we only have to model the first number, the big number. So I'm going to model 36. So I've got 3 tens and 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to take away 18. So when I look at this, I say, I've got to take away 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do? Oh, that's right. I'm going to have to regroup one of these tens. So I'm going to move it over here. I'm going to trade it for 10 ones, or I'm going to regroup it into ones. So let me take that 10 and I'm going to trade it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But I want to make sure I'm showing that in my algorithm. So this is going to become a 2. And over here, I have 16 now. Do you see the 16? And I'm going to take away, how many ones am I taking away? That's right, I'm taking away 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do I have left? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 ones. And then I have to take away 1 10. But if you remember, I already regrouped 1, so I'm going to have 2 here. I'm going to take away 1. And how many do I have left? That's right, 1. So 36 minus 18 equals 18. I'm going to go back and write that on my paper. 36 minus 18 equals 18. Okay, so the next problem is an addition problem, but it's got 3 numbers, or what we call add-ins. We're adding 3 numbers. These things are called add-ins, the part you add. So I'm going to think about what strategies we've learned. We've learned just making, like adding doubles and also making 10, haven't we? Do you see how to make a 10 anywhere real easy? Ooh, sure enough. So 4 and 6 make 10. So I've used the 4 and the 6, so 10, and then what's up here? 8. So that makes 18. Now I want to just double check that using my counting on strategy, because it's always good to double check. So 4, 8, and 6. So I've got 4. I'm going to count up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals 18. Is that the answer I got? Sure enough, I did. I got it. All right, let's look at the next one. 9 plus 8 plus 5. You know what? For some reason, I'm just going to start with the big numbers. What do 9 and 8 make? Shall we use our counting on strategy? Okay, so start with 9. We'll count up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 9 and 8 make 17 plus 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that makes 22. So 9 and 8 makes 17. And 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 makes 22. So we solved both of those. So adding 3 numbers, you can make 10 if that works for you, or you can add 2 numbers together and then just add the third. It's whatever strategy or method works best for you. Use what works. Use the tools that you have.